Namaste, everybody. Let's start the meeting now. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So today we are going to discuss Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. This is the very second discourse given by the Lord Buddha to his first 5 disciples. So we will see in his own words, Buddha's own words, how the sutta goes. The sutta appears in Saṃyukta Nikāya, 22.59 its number, 22nd Vagga in Saṃyukta Nikāya and 59th Sutta in 22nd Vagga. Name is Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. Anatta means not self. Lakkhana means characteristic. Sutta means we all know. Discourses of the Buddha are known as suttas. Sutta means a thread in Pali or Sanskrit Sutra. It means a thread. The thread which joins all the factors of Dhamma. So they are called suttas. Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, the thread which describes characteristic of not self. The sutta goes like this. Ekam samayam bhagava varanasyam viharati isi patane migadai. Ekam samayam, one time, bhagava. Bhagava is the word used for Lord Buddha. What is bhagava? Bhagava means bhagga rago, bhagga doso, bhagga moho. Somebody who has destroyed craving, destroyed aversion, and destroyed ignorance. He is called Bhagava. Varanasyam viharati. He was dwelling in Varanasi. Varanasi is also known as Varanasi, Banaras, or Kashi. It's a town in the Uttar Pradesh in India on the bank of Ganges. There the Lord Buddha was dwelling, and in that particular Varanasi, he was in Isipatane. Isipatan is a joining town of Varanasi or Banaras. Today it is known as Sarnath. Isipatan. Isi means rishis, sages of the past. Patan. Patan means port, where sages of the past used to come down and stay and meditate. That's why the place was known as Isipatan. In Sanskrit, it can be said Rushipatan. In Pali, it becomes Isipatan. Isipatane. Migadai. Migadai means the place in Isipatana where animals can come and stay without fear. The place was given for animals to stay. Miga specially means specifically actually deers, but it can also mean other animals also. So Migadha is generally translated as deer park. So the Lord was once dwelling in Varanasi at Sarnath in Deer Park. Tatrakho Bhagava Panchavagye Bhikkhu Amantesi. Then really the Lord invited, Amantesi means invited, Panchavagye Bhikkhu, a group of 5 monks. So who were these 5 monks? So there is a long story in commentaries behind this Panchavagya Bhikkhu. When Buddha became Buddha, before that he was Prince Siddhartha. And when the prince was born, his father Shuddhodana had invited 8 Brahmins who were great astrologers and who told his fortune. Out of the 8 Brahmins, 7 Brahmins said that this Prince Siddhartha, he has 2 types of futures. Either he will become an universal monarch, or if he leaves house, he will become Samma Sambuddha, the enlightened one. But the 8th Brahmin named Kaundinya, he was so sure of the future of this Prince Siddhartha that he said that Prince Siddhartha is not going to stay in householder's life. He will definitely go out of the home and he will become enlightened one, Samba Sambuddha. And at the age of 29, Prince Siddhartha left house. And at that time, Kaundinya became very happy that Prince Siddhartha is going to become Samba Sambuddha and I must follow him so that I can liberate myself. And he went to all these remaining 7 Brahmins and he requested them to come along with him. But most of them had become very old, so they sent their sons. So out of the 7 Brahmins, only 4 could send their sons. So Kaundinya had 4 Brahmins with him. Their names were Vappa, Mahanama, Bhaddiya, and Assaji. So Kaundinya, Vappa, Mahanama, Bhaddiya, and Assaji. They followed Prince Siddhartha in whatever he did. He went to Uddakarama, he went to another teacher, and thus he learned 8 jhanas. Then he did ascetic practices. At the end of 6 years, he found that these ascetic practices are not working. And he wanted to try something else. He decided to try middle path. Then these 5 Brahmins, they thought that Prince Siddhartha has lost the path and he may not become Samma Sambuddha at all. They wanted to continue their ascetic practices. So all of them were at Bodh Gaya and they decided to leave Prince Siddhartha and start practicing on their own. And they went to Sarnath and started practicing there. On the Vesak Purnima, Prince Siddhartha became Buddha and he wanted to teach this meditation first to his jhana teachers, but both of them had passed away. So he decided to teach the wisdom to these first 5 disciples who were at Sarnath at that time. So from Bodh Gaya, he went to Sarnath, and first he taught them the Dhamma Chakkapavattana Sutta, the discourse on turning the wheel of Dhamma. That was the first discourse given by the Buddha after enlightenment. During that first discourse, Kaundinya became stream enterer, Sotapanna. And after that, one by one, all these 5 monks became Sotapanna. And now, to teach them deeper knowledge, the Buddha decided to give his discourse of Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. So now he invites them, Bhikkhavoti, O bhikkhus, O monks, Bhadanteti bhikkhu bhagavato vachasosum. So the Buddha calls the monks Bhikkhavoti, bhikkhus, O bhikkhus, and bhikkhus reply with Bhadanteti. What is Bhadante? Bhada means good, Bhadra. In Sanskrit it is Bhadra. Bhadanteti, the height of Bhadra, means height of goodness. So anybody who is having height of goodness, he is called Bhadanta. Bhadanteti. So like that, bhikkhus address the Buddha. They reply him, Bhagava etadavocha. And then the Buddha starts. And he directly starts the discourse now. Rupam bhikkhave anatta. The form is not self, monks. Because the form is non-self, not self. What is form? This body or anything in this material world which we see with our eyes, that is called Rupam, the form. And there is nothing personal in this form. It's not self. Rupancha hidam bhikkhave atta abhavissa naidam rupam abadhaya samvatteya labheta cha rupe evam me rupam hotu evam me rupam ma ahositi. For if bhikkhus form were self, this form would not lead to affliction, and it would be possible to have it of form. Let my form be thus. Let my form not be thus. That means this rupa, this body of ours, has it been me, mine, or myself, it would not have caused us any type of misery. And it would have been possible to say that a body, O body, become like this, O body, become like that. But it does not happen. Yasmachakho bhikkave rupam anatta. But because form is not self, tasma rupam abadhaya samvittati. That's why the body causes us misery. The body gets inflicted with so many diseases. Na cha labhati rupe. And it is not available for us like this. Evam me rupam hotu. O body, become like this. Evam me rupam ma ahositi. O body, don't become like this. We are born as a child and our body keeps growing. We cannot stop the growth of the body. We cannot stop decay of the body. We cannot stop changes in the body. That is why the body is not me, not mine, not myself. Vedana anatta, vedana chahidam, bhikkhave, atta abhavissa, naidam vedana abadhaya samvatteya, labhetha cha vedanaya, evam me vedana hotu, evam me vedana ma ahositi. Feeling is non-self. Feeling, vedana, vedana anatta. Feeling is not self. Why feeling is not self? Here in feeling, we should consider all types of feelings, physical feelings and mental feelings, both types of feelings, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, non-pleasant, non-unpleasant feelings, all types of feelings. Somanassa, domanassa, sukha vedana, dukha vedana, adukham, asukha vedana, all types of vedana. So the feeling is not self. For if bhikkhus feeling were self, this feeling would not lead to affliction, and it would be possible to have it of feeling. Let my feeling be thus. Let my feeling not be thus. We see in our meditation, we get different types of sensations and mental feelings, and we cannot change them. They come on their own, they stay on their own, and they pass away on their own. We have no control over them. So, yasmachako bhikkhave vedana anatta tasma vedana abadhaya samvattati na chalabhati vedanaya evam me vedana hotu evam me vedana ma ahositi. So they cause us misery because even if pleasant feeling comes, it does not stay as long as we want it. And when unpleasant feeling comes, it does not go whenever we want it to go. So even the pleasant feeling causes us misery. Unpleasant feeling also causes obvious misery. And we cannot change it as we want it. So the feeling is also not self. Sanya anatta, sanya chahidam bhikkhave, atta abhavissa, naidam sanya abadhaya, samvatteya, labhetha cha sanyaya, evam me sanya hotu, evam me sanya ma ahositi. The perception. Feeling is followed by perception. Even the perception is not self. The mind, based on its experience, the perceives feelings at pleasant or unpleasant, yeah, non-pleasant or non-unpleasant. So this is also not self. It causes us misery. Our own perception of feelings, that also causes us misery. And we cannot change the perception. We cannot call the perception, be like this time. Don't be like this that time. Yasma chakho bhikkhave sanya anatta tasma sanya abadhaya samvattati na cha labhati sanyaya evam me vedana hotu evam me sanya ma ahositi. So even about perception, because it is not self, it causes us misery. And according to our desire, we cannot change it. We can experience this when we are practicing TWIM meditation. We see that mind wanders on its own. When we release it and we see that there is tension in body, the tension automatically develops. It's a bodily feeling. We cannot on our own change it. We can just have intention to relax it, but it develops on its own. We have no control over it. Even the perception which automatically arises in mind, we have no control over it. And the volitional formations, they are called sankharas. Even sankharas. Sankhara anatta, sankhara chahidam bhikkhave, atta abhavissamsu, naidam sankhara abadhaya samvatteyam, labheta cha sankharesu, evam me sankhara hontu, evam me sankhara ma ahesunti. The volitional formations, the reactions which we give to or feelings and perceptions, they are also not self, not mine, not me. They also arise on their own, stay on their own, and pass away on their own. They cause us misery. We cannot say that this time, this reaction, this volitional formation should arise, and this volition formation should not arise. They arise on their own. Yasmachako bhikkhave sankhara anatta tasma sankhara abadaya savatati na chalabhati sankharesu evam me sankhara hontu evam me sankhara ma ahesunti. So, as volitional formations are not self, volitional formations lead to affliction, and it is not possible to have it of volitional formations. Let my volitional formations be thus. Let my volitional formations not be thus. So, it is the same thing about sankhara also, that we cannot have the sankharas also as permanent thing. They do not belong to us. Similarly, same thing is said about consciousness. Vinyanam anatta tasma vinyanam abadhaya samvattitam evam me vinyanam na ahositi. Consciousness is non-self. For if bhikkhus consciousness were self, this consciousness would not lead to affliction, and it would be possible to have it of consciousness. Let my consciousness be thus. Let my consciousness not be thus. But because consciousness is non-self, consciousness leads to affliction, and it is not possible to have it of consciousness. Let my consciousness be thus. Let my consciousness not be thus. We are having our five indriyas, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue, the body, and also the sixth one, the mind. And each indriya, each sense organ, when it comes in contact with the object, sense object, then the consciousness respected to that indriya, that sense organ arises. And it is not in our hand to say that now let the eye consciousness arise, or now let the ear consciousness arise, or now let the nose consciousness arise, or now let the tongue consciousness arise, or now let the body consciousness arise, or now let the mind consciousness arise. They arise on their own, depending on the contact of the object. If there is no sound, ear consciousness will not arise. If there is no form, eye consciousness will not arise. If there is no smell, nose consciousness will not arise. If there is no taste, tongue consciousness will not arise. If there is no touch, body consciousness will not arise. If there is no thought, mind consciousness will not arise. So they do not depend on our desire. So they do not belong to us. They are not me. They are not mine. They are not myself. Like this, Buddha has described about all the five skandhas: Rupam, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, and Vijnana. Now, in another way, he is trying to describe the same thing again. So when we do 6 hours, and especially the relaxed state, when we relax the tension, we are experiencing the not selfness of the Rupa. It's not me. The tension is created because the mind is calling something me, myself, or mine. And when we relax the tension, we are living that feeling of myness, that attachment of I-ness, the attachment of me, mine, myself. So the relaxed step is very important in 6 hours. Tam kim manyatha bhikkhave rupam nicham va anicham vati. The Lord Buddha is asking these 5 monks, what do you think, monks? The form is permanent or impermanent? And these monks, they reply, Anicham bhante. Bhante, the form is impermanent. Yampan anicham dukkham vatam sukham vati. And the Buddha asks them, whatever is impermanent, is it suffering or happiness? And the monks reply, Dukkham bhante. It is suffering, bhante. It is not happiness. Yampan anicham dukkham viparinama dhammam kallam nu tam samanupastitum etam mama esoham asmi eso me attati. So the monks, whatever is impermanent, whatever is not happiness, whatever is suffering, whatever is going to change, can you call it that this is mine, this is me, this is myself? No hetam bhante. No, we cannot call like that. That is how the monks reply to the Buddha. Vedana nicchamava anichamvati. The feeling. Buddha asked the monks, is this feeling, whatever feeling you experience, is it permanent or impermanent? Anicham bhante. It is impermanent. Monks reply. Yampan anicham dukkham vatam sukham vati. So whatever is impermanent, is it suffering or happiness? Dukkham bhante. So the monks reply, it is suffering. Yampan anicham dukkham viparinama dhammam kalam tu tam samanupassitum etam mama esoham asmi eso me attati. So whatever is impermanent, whatever is suffering, whatever is going to change, can you call it, this is mine, this is me, this is myself? So the monks reply, no hetam bhante, no venerable sir, we cannot call it like that. So the Buddha asked them again, sanya nicchamava anichamavati, the perception, is it permanent or impermanent? Impermanent bhante, anicham bhante. The monks reply, bhante, it is impermanent. Yam anicham dukhamavatam sukhamavati. So whatever is impermanent, is it suffering or happiness? Dukkham bhante. So the monks reply, it is suffering. Venerable, yampan anicham dukkham viparinama dhammam kalam nutam samanupastitum etam mama esoham asmi eso me attati. So whatever is impermanent, whatever is suffering, whatever is going to change, can you call it, this is mine, this is me, this is myself? No hetam bhante, no venerable sir. So Buddha asked them again, Sankhara nityam va anityam vati. These volitional formations, are they permanent or impermanent? Anityam bhante, venerable sir, they are impermanent. Yampan anityam dukkham vatum sukham vati. So whatever is impermanent, is it suffering or happiness? Dukkham bhante, venerable sir, it is suffering. Yampan anityam dukkham viparinama dhammam kalam nutam samanupastitum etam mama esoham asmi eso me attati. So monks, whatever is impermanent, whatever is suffering, whatever is going to change, changeable, can you call it, it is mine, it is me, it is myself? No hetam bhante. No, no, no. No, venerable sir, we cannot call it me, mine, or myself. So Buddha asked them again, Vinyanam nityam va anityam vati. Is this consciousness, these 6 types of consciousness which arise with the respect of contact between the sense organs and object, is it permanent or impermanent? Anityam bhante. This is impermanent, venerable sir. Yampan anityam dukkham sukham vati. So whatever is impermanent, is it suffering or happiness? Dukkham bhante, it is suffering, venerable sir. Yampan anityam dukkham viparinama dhammam kalam nutam samanupastitum etam mama esoham asmi eso me attati. So monks, whatever is impermanent, whatever is suffering, whatever is changeable, can you call it, this is mine, this is me, this is myself? No hetam bhante. No, venerable sir, we cannot call it like that. Tasmatiha bhikkhave. Therefore, monks, yam kinchi rupam atita anagata pachupannam. Whatever form is there, yam kinchi rupam means whatever form is there. Atita means in the past. Anagat means in the future. Pachupannam means in the present. Ajjatamava bahidhava. Inside the body or outside the body. Olarikava, olarikam sukhumam. It may be very small or it may be big in size. Heenam panitam. It may be of a lower type or it may be of a greater type. Yam dure santikeva. Dure santikeva. It may be close to us or it may be far away from us. Sabbam rupam. All types of rupa, all types of forms. Netam mama. Not mine. Nesoham asmi. Not me. Na meso attati. Not my soul or myself. Evam etam yatha bhutam sammapanyaya datthabhim. So look at it as it is. Whatever tension is felt in your body, whenever there is ego, whenever we call something me, mine, or myself, lot of tension develops in our body and mind. Look at this tension and understand that it's not me, it's not mine, it's not myself. Just release and relax that tension. Don't consider it me, mine, or myself. So this is about rupam, forms. Same thing about Vedana, feelings, whether they are mental feelings or bodily feelings, pleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings, neither pleasant nor unpleasant feelings. Somanasa, domanasa, sukha vedana, dukha vedana, asukhad, adukhad vedana, whatever type of feeling is there. Ya kachi vedana, atita anagata pachupanna, whatever type of vedana, whatever type of feeling is here, atit in the past, anagat in the future, pachupanna in the present, ajjattava inside the body or outside the body. Olarikam va sukhumam va. It may be very subtle or it may be gross. Heenam va panitam va. It may be of small size or of great size. Ya dure santi keva. It may be closer to you or it may be away from you. Sabba vedana. All types of feelings. Netam mama. Not mine. Nesoham asmi. Not myself. Not me. Na mesu attati. Not myself or not my soul. Ti eva metam yatha bhutam. Yatha bhutam is as it is. Sammapanyaya. With wise wisdom, right wisdom. Tatthabam. You should be seen like that. All feelings should be seen as it really is with correct wisdom. Thus, this is not mine. This is I am not. This is not my self. Ya kachi sanya. Whatever perception is there, different types of perception keep on arising in our mind-body complex. Atita, in the past, it has arisen. Anagat, in the future, it has arisen. Vachupanna, now at present, if some perception has arisen, ajjattava bahidhava, it may be related to inside body or it may be outside body. Around outside, we can also say that if it has arisen in somebody else's body-mind complex. See, somebody has come to us, we are watching him, and a perception has arisen in him. We can see, we can judge that perception from outside, that such type of perception has arisen in my friend's mind-body complex or in the person in front of me. So that is also Bahiddha Sanya. So that is also impersonal. Not only my Sanya is impersonal, but the Sanya arising outside my body in other individuals, that is also impersonal. Ajjattava Bahiddhava. Olarikam va sukhumam va. It may be subtle or it may be gross. Heenam va panitam va. It may be a small type or of a big type. Ya dure santi keva. It may have arisen in somebody else's mind far away, or it may have arisen near me. Sabba sanya. All types of perceptions. Netam mama. Not mine. Nesoham asmi. Not me. Na meso attati. Not myself. Evam etam. Like this. Yatha bhutam. As it is. Samapanyaya. With correct wisdom. That thabbam should be seen. Any kind of perception whatsoever, whether past, future or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, all perception should be seen as it really is with correct wisdom. Thus, this is not mine, this I am not, this is not my self. Ekechi sankhara, whatever original formations, atita in the past, anagata in the future, vachupanna in the present, ajjhattam inside me, va bahidam or outside me, olarikam gross, va sukhumam va or subtle, heenam va panitam va inferior or superior, ya dure santikeva, the sankharas which are arising far away from me or near me, sabbe sankhara, all types of volitional formations, netam mam, not me, nesoham asmi, netam mama is not mine, nesoham asmi is not me, na meso attati, not my soul or not myself, evam etam, like this, yatha bhutam, as it is, sammapanyaya dattapam, with correct wisdom that should be seen, any kind of volitional formations whatsoever, whether past, future or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, all volitional formation should be seen as it really is with correct wisdom. Thus, this is not mine, This I am not. This is not myself. Yam kinchi vinnyanam. Now the consciousness, all the 6 types of consciousness, eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, mind consciousness, atit, whether they arose in the past, anagat, going to arise in the future, pachupannam, in the present, ajhatam, in me or outside, va bahiddhava, Polarikam Sukhamam whether gross or subtle, Hinamava Panitamva, whether in superior or inferior, Dure Santikeva, whether they are near me or far away from me, Sabbam Vinyanam, all types of consciousness, Netam Mama, not mine, Nesoham Asmi, not me, Namesu Attati, not myself or soul, the Evametam, like this, Yatha Bhutam Sammapanyaya Tatthabam. Yatha Bhutam, as it is, Sammapanyaya, with correct wisdom, Tatthabam should be seen. Any kind of consciousness whatsoever, whether past, future, or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, all consciousness should be seen as it really is with correct wisdom. Thus, this is not mine. This I am not, this is not my self. Evam passam. So having seen this, bhikkhave, monks, sutava. Sutava means somebody who has listened to the Dhamma. Srutavan in Sanskrit we say Srutavan. In Pali we say Sutava. Somebody who has listened to the Dhamma. Ariya Savako, noble disciple. Ariya means at least he is a stream enterer. Arya Savako, now he is giving this discourse to the 5 monks who have already become stream enterers. They are all Sotapannas. They have at least once experienced the Nibbanic stage. So that's why they are called Arya Savako. Savako means who has listened to the Dhamma. Samma Sambuddha has investigated Dhamma. He has on his own. He has searched for Dhamma and he got enlightened. But Savako are, they have listened to the Dhamma from the Samma Sambuddha or his disciples. So they are called Arya Savako. They are noble disciples of the Buddha by listening to the Dhamma. Rupasmimpi nibbindati. So whatever is form is there, from that form, these Arya Savakas, these monks, they will lose the interest in it. The Bhikkhu Bodhi has used the word revulsion here, nibbindati. That means they lose the interest. Vedanayapi nibbindati, sanyayapi nibbindati, sankharesupi nibbindati, vinyanasmimpi nibbindati, nibbindam virajati. So they lose the interest in the forms, they lose the interest in the feelings, they lose the interest in the perceptions, they lose the interest in the volitional formations, they lose the interest in the consciousness, nibbindam virajati, because they lose the interest, they are away from the craving towards, the craving is reduced or the craving is gone. And because the craving is gone, viraga vimucchati, they are released, they are liberated. Vimuttismem vimuttimati jnanam hoti. And then when they are liberated from the craving, they get the knowledge that they are liberated. Hina jati usitam brahmacharyam. Hina jati means now there is no more birth. Now, because there is no feeling of me, mine, and myself, in this mind-body flow, the mind after death, it is not going to get attached to any other new body. So the new birth is not there. Khina jati, the birth is finished, it is destroyed. Usitam brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means holy life, the life of Brahma Viharas. You know 4 Brahma Viharas, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Upekha. So the life of 4 Brahma Viharas is called as Brahmacharyam, and we have lived it to the limit of it. Okay. The holy life has been lived. Usitam brahmacharyam. Katam karaniyam. Whatever had to be done in this human life has been done. Katam karaniyam. Karaniyam means your duty. Your duty in the human life is to get liberated. Karaniyam. And katam, that has been done. Na param ithatayati pajananti. There is no more of this for this state of being. Now, there is not going to be any more life hereafter. Means after the death in this life, there is not going to be a new life. So this Lord has said, Idam ocha bhagava. So the Bhagavan, somebody who has destroyed the craving, aversion and ignorance on his own, he is called Bhagava. Idam ocha bhagava. The Bhagavan said like this, Attamana panchavagya bhikkhu bhagavato bhasitam abhinandum. Attamana means they became very pleased, delighted. Panchavagya bhikkhu, these 5 monks, Kaundinya, Vappa, Mahanam, Bhaddiya and Assaji, they became delighted. Bhasitam abhinandum, and they welcomed the discourse given by the Buddha. Sometimes it is called Abhinandum, sometimes it is called Abhinanduti. And what happened after that? Imasmin chapana veya karadasmim bhannamane. So because of this discourse, because of the details given by the Lord Buddha, these bhikkhus, the 5 monks, panchavagyanam, bhikkhunam, these monks, anupadaya, whatever upadan was there in them, upadan means clinging, means the clinging that this is me, this is mine, this is not, this is mine or this is myself, that clinging is gone. That clinging is gone, so they became anupadaya, asavehi chittani vimuchi musuti, means all the asavas in their chittas. Asavas are secretions which are getting secreted in body due to the feeling of or the understanding of me, mine and myself. So when there is understanding that it is not me, not mine and not myself, they have fully understood it. So the secretions in the body which are produced due to the consideration of me, mine and myself, they are no more there. The tents are no more there. Asavas are translated as tents by the Bhikkhu Bodhi. That is what the Blessed One said. Elated those bhikkhus, delighted in the Blessed One statement. And while this discourse was being spoken, the minds of the big group of 5 were liberated from the tents by the non-clinging. So all of them, they were first stream enterers, and now they became arhats. So that is how the discourse goes on. So this is the very second discourse in the text. We call it second because this is the available second discourse. Buddha might have given some other discourses in between the first one and this one, but in the text, this is the available second discourse. And it is on the characteristics of the not self. So the discourse is over. I hope everybody has understood, at least intellectually. And if there are any questions, we can discuss about the discourse.
Sir, namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
Sir, can you elaborate on asavas, sir?
Asavas are, as Bhikkhu Bodhi has translated, they are stains. They are something like hormones, but not exactly hormones. There are some biochemical secretions in our body. Whenever we think of something, or whenever attention is produced in the body, or whenever the craving is produced or aversion is produced in mind, along with that, some secretions start in our body. And they are called the asavas. And when anybody becomes arhat, these secretions are not produced. That is how it is taken by most of the teachers, but some teachers may consider it as only defilements, all as asavas.
Okay, sir.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes, hello.
Hello, thank you so much. I really enjoyed hearing the Pali, and
Yeah.
I haven't heard it so much before, just a little bit, and yeah, it makes me want to study it.
Yeah, very good.
It's really beautiful, so thank you. So I
Yeah.
have a couple of questions just about the language, and one about the content. So if I do the Dharma question first, which is the formations, the section talking about all the different kinds of formations. And there's one section that refers to inferior and superior.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you to explain what that refers to.
I think our own perception make it superior and inferior. That is one thing. And there are formations which lead us to higher births. So they may be called superior formations. There are some formations which will lead us to birth in Devalokas or Brahma Lokas, or birth in Dhammic families, or birth in holy families. They can be called superior formations. And inferior formations can be called the which lead us to lower births or worldly unhappiness. They can be called inferior formations, like metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha, loving kindness, sympathetic joy, and equanimity, compassion. These can be called superior formations. And craving, aversion, and ignorance, they can be called inferior formations, like that.
Thank you. That's really helpful.
Yeah.
So then I had two small questions about the Pali. I'm sure I'd have many more if I looked at it more. But the word nibbindati that comes up for the losing of interest, and I think the root of the word is interesting, the nibbin, like nibbana, and then the dati. So I wondered if you could explain the nibbin bit and then the dati bit, how the word is formed.
See, my understanding is, see, Vedana means to feel. Okay. And Nibbindanti, it's somehow related to Vedana, Vedanti and Nibbindanti. So when you feel anything, you feel interested in it because you think that it's me, it's not it's mine, or it's myself, like that. And when we realize again and again, we meditate, and you feel that it's not me, it's not mine, and it's not myself. So the fire of craving is no more there. We start losing interest in it. So that in that sense, the word is used by Buddha, nibbin.
So the nibbin is the falling away.
Yeah.
And then one more question. I noticed a couple of the verbs at the end of the sentence. Is Pali constructed like that? are the verbs, the doing, when things are happening and are being done. Do they always come at the end of the sentence, or not necessarily?
OA. No, I'm not aware of the grammar that much, so I'm not an authority on the language that way. I know the meanings of the words, but the sentence making and grammatical things I am not much aware.
No problem. I was just curious because I picked it up just at the end. There was a verb like vimuchi, something or other.
Yeah, ti is there always. Ti in Sanskrit it comes iti. Iti means this much, this much, this much, like that. It's an ending verb like this. In Indian languages, verb is the last word.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it does not come in between. In English, is, are, it will come in between. But in Indian languages, it comes in the last.
It's very like what I noticed is it's because a long time ago I studied Latin, and in Latin the verb is always at the end. So like in Indian language,
so all Indian language have verbs at the end.
It's very logical. I like it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good. You are welcome.
Namaskar.
Any more questions?
Namaskar, sir. This is Murli.
Namaskar. Yeah, Murli, how are you?
Yeah, good, sir. How about you, sir?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, all these monks, the 5 monks were actually were the Sotapanna stages, no, sir, in this?
Yeah.
Okay, and they gave the discourse so that they were not in the meditation state. They were actually, after listening the discourse itself, they were actually turned out to be Anagami or maybe Arahant, right? So
no, I think you can meditate while listening to the discourse.
Okay.
So,
but
so they are
meditating,
and he is giving the meditation instructions. This discourse is like a meditation instruction, like we do guided meditation many times. We do guided meditations. So this, I think this discourse was like a guided meditation for them. And because of that, they were doing meditation, and during meditation only they became arhats. That's what I feel.
Because they were not like method step. So they were not steps like jhana 1, jhana 2 or something like that. It is actually just taking them to the breaking down into the body and the mind parts so that they would understand and they go into the final liberation, right? That's what.
No, they were given the first discourse previously. In that they were given all the eightfold paths. Okay. So they have gone through Samma Vayama, Samma Sati and Samadhi. They have already gone through the jhanas. Okay.
Okay.
So they have not become arhants as just like that. Okay. Just by listening.
Sadhu. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay, if there is no question, we will see the prayer in our daily prayer in Pali also. So in Pali, the prayer goes like this: Dukkha pattacha nidukkha. May suffering ones be suffering free. Bhaya pattacha nibhaya. And the fear struck fearless be. Soka pattacha nisoga. May the grieving shed all grief. Hotu sabbepi panino. And may all beings find relief. Etavattacha ammehi. That we have thus acquired sambandham punya sampadam, for the acquisition of all kind of happiness. Sabbe deva anumodantu. All devas, may they give us support in this merit. Sabba Sampatti Siddhiya. Sabba Sampatti Siddhiya is all kind of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth means Akasattha cha Bhumattha. Akash is space, Bhumattha is earth, Deva Naga Mahidika. Devas and Nagas of mighty power. Punyam tam anuvaditva. May thus long protect. Chiram Rakhantu Buddha Sasanam. Punyam tam anumoditva is share in this merit of ours, and may they long protect the Buddha dispensation, means Chiram Rakhantu Buddha Sasana. So we can say it, all of us can say it in English now. If there is no question anymore, we can say the prayer. May suffering ones be suffering free and the fear struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kind of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share in this merit of ours. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sad, sad, sad.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.